provided me with an income. I did not work, and my first year at Mercer, I think I was hungry every day. My mother, my mother made $4 a day working, and she had 5 children in school. And we had to ride the bus, 3 in high school, and we had to ride the bus to school, and that was $1 a week, and then another $1 a week to eat at school for lunches. So my mother's money really didn't go that far. And when I was graduating from Athens, I had not taken the SAT test because I didn't have the money. And the counselor paid for me to take the SAT test. And then I had not applied to Mercer because I didn't have the application fee. I think it was $20, $25 application fee. And a teacher told me to write a letter explaining my financial situation and ask them to waive the application fee, which I did, and they did waive the application fee. I graduated valedictorian. Our colors gold and white, so the valedictorian would wear a gold undercord and a white undercord, and the cost was $1.50 each, or $3. I did not have the money for that, and my homeroom teacher paid the $3 for me. And after all that was done, I didn't have the money for the tuition. I guess because Mercer was already integrated, Mercer did not offer me a scholarship, and neither did my high school. And so my homeroom teacher, being a member of AKA sorority, she asked them to give me a scholarship, and they did for $500. And then another teacher assisted me in applying for the National Defense Loan, and that was how I got to go to Mercer. But then after I got there, I didn't have money to pay for my books, and so that was another hurdle that I feel God had to handle. He handled all the rest of it. And so when Dean Hendricks asked me out of Upward Bound, that was great because that solved so many of my financial problems, just to be able to eat lunch at school and for my books. And the students were great in Upward Bound. The other counselors were fantastic. It was just a great experience all around.
Well, Betty, that's great. And the reason I wanted to bring in Upward Bound, because the gentleman asked about anybody that made any positive overtures. That's just my word. And I thought about Dean Hendricks.
Oh yes.
And because Dean Hendricks was responsible for bringing. Remember, Benny had said earlier that he told Benny that if he needed anything or whatever to contact him. That was the kind of man he was.
Yes.
And so he's the one I think about that was so positive as far as race was concerned. He was more than just positive. The man was just incredible in terms of being. And I was just thinking earlier today, Sam, you were talking about bringing it up to today. I was thinking that it's too bad we don't have more Dean Hendricks in politics or out in the public, who willing to take a stand. That man, the stand he took back then, that was really bold for him to do what he did, to stand up for the oppressed, the downtrodden, and all of that. That's what he did. And so anyway.
Let me tell you a little quick story about Dean Hendricks. Another one. In my senior year, the ROTC had this little organization within an organization called the Mercer Marauders.
Yes.
And we thought of ourselves as a little special operations group. We were able to wear combat boots with our greens and berets instead of the saucer cap and all that kind of stuff. Well, we decided we were going to build a rappelling tower down in the ROTC drill field. And we did. It took, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks to build that thing. But we got the lumber and we built this 34-foot tower. And what we would do was practice rappelling off that tower. Well, one day, And also that the slide for life. You know, you've seen these things with on TV with where you slide down and somebody catches you. We had that too. Not only did we rappel, but we also had the slide for life thing. Well, one day I didn't realize how sweaty my hands were, and I was getting ready to do the slide for life, and I jumped off the tower and started sliding, and immediately the rope slipped out of my hand, and boom, right down on the ground I went. And I didn't remember anything for a couple of minutes, and then when I did remember, the whole Mercer Marauder group was standing over me. Benny, you all right? You all right? Yeah, I think I'm all right. Well, somehow, and all I did, another blessing, I just had some hurt ribs. I don't even know if they were bruised. It was just sore the next day. Well, Dean Hendricks heard about that, and he immediately sent somebody to tell me in one of my classes, get my behind over to his office. And I did. I went over there and I walked in, and he looked at me and he said, "Are you crazy? Are you nuts? We can't afford to have you hurt yourself doing crazy stuff like that. Don't you ever get up on that tower again." I said, "Dean, it was just an accident." "I don't care if it was just an accident. Don't get up on that thing again." And I think after I graduated, I heard that they made him tear that tower down. but it was, I was just so taken aback and surprised that I walked in there. And any other time I'd walk in and talk to Dean Hendricks, he was so, so friendly and so conciliatory. But that day he looked at me, "Are you crazy? Are you nuts?"
But you have to understand, that's way out of character for him.
Yeah, oh man,
I have never seen him
way out of
react
character
to anything like that. So you must have touched the real. He must have been envisioning headlines. In a critical accident at Mercer University. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to go back. Okay.